Scores for Scotland. Romajang stepping away. Stunning work from Bridger. What an individual score this is. Dobrat is in.
Talent aplenty has graced these great leagues, but now future stars are set to shine. Last season was the most thrilling to date, but now it's time for a new crop of talent to grace the field, and in this league, anything could happen. It's time to take your seat. The best leagues in the land are back.
Byfield with a BUCS Super Rugby try for the ages.
And then was a white line seeking missile.
Loughborough scores towards the line. Sensational score from Romajang.
Wind into gear and drive to the line. And Cardiff are streaking across. Welcome back, everybody. BUCS Super Rugby is back underway.
Welcome to Windswept Wednesday. It's BUCS Super Rugby semi-final time. We are here at Attritional Way. It is Loughborough versus Hartpury, two of the greats of university rugby. Loughborough students women have already booked their place at the StoneX, as have Hartpury. Which of the men's teams will be joining them? They've played twice so far this season. Both have been victories for the African Violet, but Hartpury, at this time of season, traditionally in BUCS Super Rugby, find a way to be brilliant. They are brutal up front, but they'll be matched by what comes on the other side of the ball. It's the final game in the colours that they love for so many of these boys. Defeat tonight, and they are done and dusted. Who'll come out on top? Stick with us to find out. It's Loughborough versus Hartpury.
Seren Singleton sniping.
Oh, Tilly Smale is on the scoreboard, and Hartpury University surely at this stage now.
Hartpury University, the Women's National League champions.
Destiny Day ends with Exeter as BUCS Super Rugby national champions.
A rarity in BUCS Super Rugby, an unchanged 15 from one game to the next. Is that down to the quality of the players, the fitness, or just because you fancy it?
All of the above, probably, realistically. We've been pretty consistent since Christmas in terms of selection, and the guys performed really well in that last game against Leeds Beckett in the quarterfinals, so gone with an unchanged starting 15 for this week.
One change on the bench at hooker. How difficult was that decision?
Yeah, really tough decision. I think it epitomises the quality and the depth of our squad. James Isaacs missed out this week after being on the bench last week. Joe Plunkett's come back in after concussion, so really, really tough decision from my point of view this week.
You've beaten Hartpury twice this season. You've beaten them quite comfortably. You've even nilled them, which is a real rarity in BUCS Super Rugby. Do you think any of that previous season form counts for anything tonight?
Absolutely nothing. I think semi-finals of those individual games, form past previous seasons goes out the book on that respect. So I think it's one of those ones. It starts 0-0 and everyone's equal.
How much do you think being at home is going to make a difference tonight?
The guys always enjoy playing here. It's that privilege, I think, of finishing top 2 in the league. That working hard for 18 rounds gives us that opportunity, and hopefully we'll take advantage of that.
2 finals in a row?
Fingers crossed.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Well, we did our best to find a neutral voice. However, James Cherry thought that his rugby career was more important than joining us on the live stream tonight. Go well tonight, Cheza. I hope training's fantastic. So instead of brains, we went for looks. Louis Peacock, Loughborough Students, is joining us tonight. Welcome. Big night for the club.
Yeah, real big night. Semi-final's always big. It's good to have it at home. Just try and do well here and move on one more.
Right, it's me, you, and just a couple of million people watching around the world. What's the chat been like this week? Because there's obviously mutual respect between the two camps, but surely one win and you're nearly there again.
I don't really think they're thinking about the win much. It's just sort of do the same again, try and get everything working together well, and just keep going forward with it.
What does the same again mean in this context?
Good set piece, good kit, pin them in, turn and trap sort of things, big word we use, and then go from there.
So in terms of your rugby, you've played BUCS Super Rugby, you've been a part of the National League team as well, been here a few years, you'll have experienced Hartpury. What's their reputation here at Loughborough? What are their strengths?
Yeah, been here 4 years now. Hartpury's big pack, meet them up front, sort of try and nullify that and then play with the ball a bit more. And then we just sort of base set piece, go kick, obviously with Charlie Tickham here, it was a lot of kicking. Less kicking this year, but sort of same again. Use the ball wisely when we can, and if not, turn and trap.
And we've just received the news that Exeter, victorious, they've beaten Bath 40 points to 22, so there's the potential to repeat last year's final, one of the best games of rugby at any level that any of us have ever seen. That's got to be a massive carrot for these boys.
Yeah, it's a serious game. Last year was a fantastic final. We had a few hundred lads come down with us, which was real good. And then yeah, it'll be same again. It's a good old rivalry that we have with Exeter. Not come out on top this year, yeah. So it'll be good if we do play them. It'll be good to see how it goes.
What about this pitch? You've told us about what you're going to do. You've told us about turn and trap, but it's a fast synthetic surface, dry, which is good news because that's not always the case here, but pretty breezy. How's it going to play tonight?
Yeah, it'll be use of wind, use conditions. Obviously underfoot, it's quite fast. Ball will stay dry, hopefully. So it'll be a lot of ball in play, move the ball quite quickly, and then see how it goes.
Well, you're on commentary with me tonight. You are not allowed to be biased. However, with a jacket and a tie, I'm going to have my work cut out with this guy. Yes, yeah, exactly. We've already heard from Martin. Now it is time to hear from Dan Murphy. Always a pleasure. Loughborough and Hartpury with unchanged 15s this evening. That doesn't happen very often. What's the reasoning behind that?
Good performance last week. Consistency's key. Keep on. Reward boys for good behaviours.
You played them twice this year. You haven't had particularly good results. What's changed between now and then to differentiate and get you over the line tonight?
It's a semi-final now. Form goes out the window. It's a one-off game. Yes, we haven't. This is the only team we haven't beat this year. It just adds a bit more fuel to the fire.
You say form goes out the window, but you hit 50 against Cardiff Met last week. That is very impressive. Surely you're hoping to bring some of that into this semi-final.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I think 50 in a semi's quite a high expectation, but anything above them, I'll be happy with.
Just as you finished that, the breeze has just drilled me in the face. It's a lovely synthetic surface here, but these conditions are going to play a big part tonight. Do you think that suits you?
Yeah, I think the wind's going to affect us. It's heading across the field, and there's going to be a half where it's going to be very hard work, and there's going to be a half where we've got to field some kicks. And it's just who adapts to that the better, I suppose.
We haven't quite had the full-time score yet. Who would you rather play in the final, Exeter or Bath?
Both are going to be tough opponents. A West Country derby either way, I suppose.
Very diplomatic. Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
And then there were three, and soon there will only be two. Exeter have got their feet up somewhere and are probably watching on and thinking about who they'd rather play, but that is the benefit of being the victors. Bath have been defeated. Exeter are in the third BUCS Super Rugby final in the row, and as you can hear, the breeze flying down the microphones is blowing from the buildings into the cameras, and that's going to play a massive part tonight. Loughborough looking to book their place in back-to-back finals. Hartpury looking to get there for the first time since they last lifted the trophy, that famous game where Luke Stratford scored to break Cardiff Met hearts. A lot has changed since then. A lot of rugby has been played, but let's take a little look at the road to the StoneX and what it's given us so far. Exeter hit 50 against Nottingham in the quarter-final. Then they beat Bath in the semi. Durham were defeated by Bath, who make the semi-finals but are still waiting for their first final in the BUCS Super Rugby era. It was a real return to form for Hartpury in the quarter-finals, 51-22. A massive win over Cardiff Met. Leeds Beckett much improved this season, however, their race was run by the quarter-finals. And here we are, Loughborough versus Hartpury for a place at the StoneX on the 17th of April. Maybe they'll do it again. Maybe Hartpury will be the party poopers. We've already had a couple of great games today, a couple of great live streams as well. Loughborough have already had success. They went down to Exeter in the Women's National League and defeated the hosts 38-34. And Hartpury women hit 50 as well. So that women's final is going to be Loughborough versus Hartpury. The men's final is going to be Exeter versus someone. Let's have a look at how they line up, but spoiler alert, it's exactly the same as they lined up last week. Unchanged 15 for Loughborough students. Nixon, Smith and Shurink in the front row. Owain Evans, the Wales under-20 in the engine room with Bristol Bears. George Taylor, Henry Levine captains the side at 6. Mario Picciardi, Spain's captain, at 8. Then Dan Eckersley is on the open side flank. Morgan Meredith at 10 with Ollie Allen feeding him from 9. The back 3, Kildun on the left, Rowson on the right and Gawley at fullback. And James Langton and Chris Preen settled in the centres. The only change on the bench, and it was a tough decision that Marv spoke about in the pre-match. Joe Plunkett comes in as a replacement hooker. Hartpury are also unchanged, with Bellamy, Goffey and Minnis, then Dan Cook and Khan Richards-Farr in the Boiler House, Ellis Hart, Matt Hillary and Matt Cobbett. Serious speed in the back 3 with Corbin Smith at 15 and Josiah Edwards-Giroux moving this season from 14 to 13. He leads the defence. Will Goffey captains the side from hooker. A long list of successful hookers captaining Hartpury over the years. Will Crane, Luke Stratford just down the road now, coaching Leicester Tigers women. And Crane, well, he played for Gloucester in the Premiership last weekend. So the path to success is there for Dan Murphy's men. Well, plenty of build-up, plenty of tension, but not a lot of movement out there at the moment. So let's have a chat to Louis Peacock. You've been in these situations for Loughborough students a couple of minutes before kick-off. Talk us through the protocol.
Yeah, I've been here once or twice before. It's now just sort of get back in, get a few more fluids on, sort of wait your turn, wait for the knock from the touchy, get your shirts on and go sort of thing. There's no real messing about now. It's everyone sort of knows the job, everyone knows what they have to do, and it's just get there and do it.
We talk about the good bits. Let's talk about the bad bits as well. They're just out of shot at the moment. Dan Murphy's making his way across the car park and onto the pitch, the head of rugby at Hartpury. These blazers, horrendous.
You're not a fan, are you not?
No.
Yeah, they're a new sort of new thing we brought in last year, I think it was.
Have you got one?
I have got one, yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, personalised on the inside, nice buttons on it. It's a good tailored fit as well. It's all looking good, I think.
Over the years, I have really climbed into Durham for theirs because I think they look absolutely horrendous, and I think it's a toss of a coin for who's a worse, Loughborough's or Durham's.
I think easily Durham's are a lot worse than ours, but it's just one of those things.
It certainly is. It certainly is. Well, you haven't got it on tonight, which is great news. Well, here come Hartpury. They went on a fantastic run, one of the longest winning runs in BUCS Super Rugby this season. The only team they are yet to beat is Loughborough. Loughborough have done the double over them. They even nilled them here at Attritional Way earlier in the season. And the noise comes up. That's because Henry Lavin, the captain, is leading out Loughborough students in the African Violet, real leadership in that back row. Of course, Lab the captain, but Mario Picciardi coming off a successful Rugby Europe Championship as captain of Spain's national team. He'll have a massive part to play, but really looking forward to the battle between him and Matt Hillary, the big solid Safa, playing number 8 for Hartpury today. Two famous teams in two famous, recognisable strips. And two teams that have really been at the forefront of bringing university rugby beyond the student game. Loughborough led the way by getting to the National Leagues first, then Hartpury trumped them by getting to the Championship and dominating the early years of BUCS Super Rugby. But Loughborough back where they belong. Last season's league champions, this season's runners-up, looking to get to a second final in a row. Ben Simpson, the referee, blows the whistle. Loughborough kicking to Hartpury in the wind. It's blowing towards us, but perhaps slightly favouring Hartpury in this first half. And Louis Peacock, talk us through a kicking battle on this Attritional Way synthetic pitch.
Rule one of the backfield, don't let it bounce. Bounce on this sort of crumb is awful. You don't know where it's going to go. It's a guessing game. And that's a big thing. Catch a ball on the full, secure the ball and just send it straight back down there.
That's Elliot Gourlay, first touch for him. Former Scotland under-20, Mink Sharink in at tight head for Loughborough today. A first carry for him. Now Seb Smith. Ben Simpson out there today. He's the man in green. Here's ARs, Owen Taylor and Jason Garrick. And an early touch finder for Loughborough, quite a conservative one at that.
First set piece in the win, let's see how it goes.
It is howling out there, but at least it's dry. So Eric Nixon, second-year student. In fact, all of the Loughborough front row are second years, so they've got a good go at it here. Although Mink Sharink is in his second year, but he's definitely been here longer than that.
Yeah, Mink's been around the block a couple of times, so he started the course once or twice, you know, just can't leave.
Well, Ollie Minnis has got himself in an awkward position, but Picciardi can receive the ball off Allen, and Loughborough into the Hartpury 22 for the first time, crashing forward. Seb Smith, good solid carry, quick ball as well. Mink Sharink is met. Good tackle by Bellamy. Another short ball and a solid collision. Hartpury standing up to this at the moment. Preen. Loughborough close. 5 metres away, winning another penalty. The referee taking a tumble. It's all going on. Ben Simpson getting clattered. Hartpury offside. What's the decision here? Do you go to the corner or do you have a little tap and trundle?
I reckon you back the set piece, see how the maul goes. Seems to have worked well all season so far, so let's see how it goes first up and see if we can get points on the board early doors.
Meredith does exactly that. And Seb Smith sets himself. Well, the clock is ticking on the scoreboard. The clock's ticking on our scoreboard. Neither are linked in with the referee's watch, so if it is close at the end, strap in. It's well sacked by Hartpury. Oh, and they've just knocked it on. So this will be our first look at the set scrum of the day.
See if Mink's old age is coming through in this scrum here. Let's hopefully it does.
You say old age, just remember who you're speaking to, okay?
I'm sure the lads there and all the lovely Blazers will be getting behind Mink here. First set piece, first scrum of the day.
Bellamy, Goffey and Minnis for Hartpury, Nixon, Smith and Sharink for Loughborough.
Fine. Set.
Howie Rowson in a good position here. 10 to Howie Rowson, I reckon. If I was a betting man.
Yes, please.
And instead it's Chris Preen. Red scrum cap charges forward. He's chopped but gets over the gain line and Loughborough pour forward. Henry Lavin stops short. Hartpury over it. Hartpury winning the turnover. Matt Hillary over the ball. And the first defensive questions answered by the men in red.
I think Loughborough were lucky to not get pinned for crossing there as well, so sort of bite of the cherry for the referee there.
Well, and the clearance from Hartpury, interestingly, they've cleared that into the wind. So obviously at ground level, not as effective as it is up here. Dan Cook rises the highest.
Okay, we come.
And up come Loughborough. Well, have they spoiled this? Has George Taylor got himself on that ball? Yes, he has.
Everyone's
Great work by the big men.
The ball's not coming out. Here we go.
Some more wizardry by the Loughborough engine room. We did suspect that there might not be a huge amount of rugby played in the opening 25-30 minutes. That was the pattern in the first semi-final, real attritional battle. Then Exeter showed their class and pulled away.
Crunch!
Good season for Bath, though, especially when you consider how interrupted they are by Bath Rugby and the under-20s programme as well. Both coaches before this game saying that consistency is key and picking unchanged 15s.
Hold on, wait. Don't lean over. Over the mark.
Loughborough seem to be going for a second scrum here, so let's see how it goes. Must back themselves.
Just come in, too much weight coming through.
But again, Harry Rowson
Crunch!
loitering with intent. Inside Morgan Meredith, he's got Chris Preen.
Set!
And James Langston.
Solid
scrum. Yeah, it's not going anywhere, is it? Meredith, Langston, out of the back to Preen, and now Sam Kildun gets around the first. He's quick, Sam Kildun, but plenty of defenders. Flung more in hope than expectation, and it's still with Loughborough. It's a long way round this Hartpury defence. They are sharp, quick. Matthew Ward and Ollie Holiday, the two wingers. Oh, the delayed pass. And the short ball there from Preen. It's gone forward. And it'll be Hartpury put in at the scrum.
Looks like Dan Eckersley sorting his blocks out. Not sure why he's got them on. 5'5", doubt he'll be going up in the lineup.
Much better. Much better.
That is Dan Eckersley, of course, former England under-18s, former hooker at Wasps, made the transition backwards.
Yes.
That must be a term with Loughborough. Teddy Leatherbarrow as well. He had a good stint at hooker for Sale.
Find.
See, interesting.
Set.
Going great guns. November 2023's Llanelli Scarlet's Player of the Month. Oh, another penalty at scrum time this time, and Hartpury
Hips out
looking to put the squeeze on at the scrum and
points,
struggling to clear their lines. And as our clock approaches 8 minutes, Loughborough deciding that the points are the best bet. Louis, thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's good semi-final rugby, just keep the scoreboard going, you know what I mean? It's good, get points down there and go again.
Again, that was the pattern in Exeter too. Both teams opened with a penalty each. Big shout out to those boys as well, the Bath boys. Heck of a season. And Exeter have just been relentless. Unbelievable league form, and they are now searching for a league and cup double and a cup treble. Who will be standing in their way in a couple of weeks' time. Meredith for the first points of the day. Successful. Loughborough 3, Hartpury 0.
This will be a big part now, making sure that we just look after the restart and exit well. I bet it's one of the hardest things in the game, catching the restart.
Ready, make sure they're behind.
What do they say? The points don't count until you exit, and that's something that Hartpury really struggled with. Well, they put this one high and hanging, and It's a good take by Pichardi, but a good chase led by Ollie Holiday. And Loughborough inside their own 22.
Space.
Safe hands at the back there.
Yes, please.
Unlike Ted at the final last year.
Boys in.
You boys are like elephants, aren't you? You never forget.
On me. Nice, me. Yeah.
I remember pre-season one year we were doing a sort of restart set piece, sort of making sure everyone's happy with it. Ted's asked for a few kicks, 8 kicks, 0 catches, and then that was an angry Ted storming off the pitch after that.
Yeah, I can only begin to imagine. Here at Hartpury, first real ball in the Loughborough half. Will Goffey, the captain, has it tucked under. That's Khan Richards' far, the giant lock in there as well. Tommy Matthews. He's a good option at 10 or 12. Matthews has played plenty of championship rugby in the RFC this year. Josiah Edwards, 0. He's popped a bit of timber on this year. He looks absolutely huge. Now here come Hartpury. Oh, bursting away is Matthew Ward. Dots down for the game's first try. Found space, but it felt like there was none. What a finish by Matthew Ward. And Hartpury have made that look a little bit easy. Well, he's one of the danger men for Hartpury. He was man of the match in the championship for the RFC a couple of weeks ago. Former England age group player. Great to see him back playing rugby. Had a horrific broken leg a couple of years ago, but that obviously has not affected his pace. What a finish.
Yeah, I've known Matty for a few years now. Obviously being both up near Newcastle, played together for a bit, and he was finishing has always been his strongest thing.
Well, that is a serious fend. Matthew Ward gives Hartpury the lead for the first time. And that is straight from that Loughborough exit. Tough kick now for Keelan Cullen. Not seen much of his kicking game yet, out of hand in this wind. But he struck that well. Oh, and he's hit the beans on toast. Loughborough 3, Hartpury 5. Game on.
Big style game on. 2-point game.
Which way?
So I nearly said Matty then. I can't say Matty, I'm nearly 40. Matthew Ward. Known him for a long time. Used to play in the same team as him. How have your rugby paths crossed?
Yeah, we were both at Falcons 18s together. Played together quite a bit.
Good contest.
And then just from there we sort of seen him go. He did a bit for England Sevens. Come down here for a little bit when they were training down here. And then he's now landed himself at Hartpury.
Well, he's landed himself a try in the semi-final.
Yes, please. Stay.
Reece Price charged down. Oh, the referee gave him a last-minute warning, Owain Evans. Came to Loughborough from Rugby Gogledd Cymru up in Colwyn Bay. That's where the women's under-18 Six Nations is happening at the moment. So much code everywhere you look.
Yeah, I didn't have a chance there. He was already offside.
Serious talent for an 18-year-old as well. Coming here, he's got 3 more years here. He'll be one to watch, I reckon.
5.
Yeah, the coaches generally say high rugby IQ. But what's he like as a bloke?
Yeah, he's a good bloke. Don't mind him. Hard to understand half the time when he goes on, but, you know, it's better than that.
North Wales is a heck of an accent, isn't it? Hartpury off the top. Putting some width on it. It's a good tackle in midfield.
Say that.
Henry Lavin. Feeding the speed again. Ward over on the right-hand side, causing a bit of chaos there. Takes Meredith for a walk. Bit of possession for Hartpury. That's Hillary. He is solid. Well, there's a foot on that from Evans, and he's turned it over. Owain Evans has come through. Completely changed the momentum of these phases. Preen. Never backwards and coming forwards. Now Alan, this is being sent up. Again, Sam Kildunn on the chase, but Corbin Smith, he looks very tight. He's had a great season, the American.
Hold in front!
And there's a few Premiership clubs looking at him too. One to keep an eye on, Corbin Smith.
Out of 10, out of 10!
As that one's sent up, and Gourlay goes after it. Oh, on the volley. Straight back to Loughborough and George Taylor.
50-22.
And now Ollie Allen looking to pin Hartpury in the corner, but he's overcooked it. And the momentum drains from Loughborough, and it's back with Hartpury on the halfway.
Good face play of the old kick it, you know, typical Loughborough game, kick the ball, see how it goes, and it's obviously not landed on our half this time.
Well, it was a chance, it wasn't a 50-22, but Loughborough have made it quite difficult for Hartpury to exit. Oh, out of the back door, Dan Cook, filth, line out filth. Lavin coming flying out of the line, only half making the tackle though. Quick ball here for Hartpury, and now the speed of Holiday. Gourlay can't quite get there. Seb Smith can though.
Seb Smith's getting through a serious amount of work so far. We're only 14 minutes in, see if it lasts.
Advantage, roll clear.
Well, Loughborough not rolling. Hartpury with the advantage.
11, roll clear.
Sam Kildun conceding the penalty. 15 minutes gone.
11's got to roll clear before I can allow the jackler on.
And with the boots of Keelan Cullen, I wonder if they might opt for the poles from here.
Looks like he's sending it to the corner.
6, skip. A few now, we just got to recognise when we can and can't go for that ball. Edge of the hash.
Big moments these. Oh, it's overthrown and bounces up Loughborough's way. That was Sam Kildun at the tail.
Ball's here. No, don't come in there, don't be stupid.
Ellis Hart given a very kind warning there by referee Ben Simpson.
Back foot.
And it's a very similar spot to where Loughborough exited from, that ended with Matthew Ward's try. Allen finds a good touch, and Hartpury can go again. Tense, isn't it? Attritional.
Still 5 gents.
Very attritional. Semi-final rugby, isn't it? You know what I mean? Just keep the scoreboard going, as we said, and pick up points where you can, and hopefully win helps second half.
So Goffey over through the last one, and that one's been pinched by Loughborough as well. Good read, and
the Spanish stallion rising up higher than the rest.
Heard him called a few things. Preen brought down by Ellis Hart. Good open side tackle. Nice ball from Gourlay. Now Langston.
Never held.
Not held and still going, James Langston. Using that extra ballast that he's found this season.
Yeah, he seriously put some size on, not lost any pace. Loves it.
Mainly, like quite a few players, we'll use Matt Ward as one too, just after the injuries he's had. Just good to see him playing rugby.
Yeah, it's good to see him. Langer's been unlucky past few seasons. He's picking up injuries, ankles, shoulders and stuff like that. It's good to see him back out there. He's put a few games together this season. Seems to be going pretty well as well.
Entry and leading with his shoulder.
And with that,
looks like he's down.
Yeah, that's him down.
That ankle, it looks like.
I'm going to put the curse of the commentator on him, James Langston. Ireland under-18s, played England students as a fresher.
I disagree. I was trying to call him off the ball, but then your act of foul play, I have to go after.
Up at Kingston Park.
Entry and just leave him shoulder. Be very careful.
Charlie Titcombe drained the penalty with the last play of the game to win it. He's here tonight, isn't he? There are a few old boys knocking about. Who's here?
Yeah, Tits is here. You've got Ted come back down. You've got Nathan Pope, Nathan Langdon, both making a trip down from Manchester. But obviously, first time I saw Tits today, he mentioned that kick, so
of course he did.
Still there with him. Can't let it go.
Well, England students versus France is happening again this season at Coventry. This year,
they were saying it was some trip last year away in France.
Oh, I could only begin to imagine.
Not naming a person in particular, but apparently he woke up after having an hour's kip, went to pick his phone up, picked his phone case up, boarded the flight, forgot his phone.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Edge, please.
Well, it won't be quite the same this year with it being a home game. Alas, I'm sure there'll be plenty of stories and it'll be a great game. Buy some tickets. Also, while you're here, buy some tickets for the final at the StoneX, 17th of April. Not this week, next week. Double header, men's and women's. Will be Exeter, could be Loughborough, could be Hartpury, who are 5-3 up and attacking the 22. Oh my goodness me. Owen Evans has got on that ball.
Start using.
He's done well to get through there as Owen.
Owen Evans still on the ball, still on the ball. And Loughborough.
Ford might be on the ball, but he can't collapse.
Adjudged to have pulled it down. Now,
You may be on the ball, but you can't collapse.
Quite wide have collapsed it whilst he was on the ball is another question altogether. But
Ball's
Hartpury
legal,
have got a
but you
chance
just
to go
can't
for the
collapse.
poles.
Not now, not now.
And as Henry Lavin wants to discuss that with Mr. Simpson, he tells him in no uncertain terms that he saw it. And this is what's happening. Good opportunity this to extend the lead, as Louis Peacock says. Keep the scoreboard ticking over. Keelan Cullen, slightly wind assisted.
Just looking about here, it's good to see some of the young lads coming down. Schools obviously on half term for Easter and stuff like that. It's good to see them getting down when Easter, obviously there's not as many people here.
Well, Keelan Cullen has added the extras. His first points of the night. Hartpury's 8th. Yeah, I can tell there's no students about. The shop was closed before kick-off. Absolutely furious.
Who would have told you to go to the shop?
yeah, exactly. You're in bad books. Loughborough trail by 5. Again, Sam Kildun leads the chase. Goes shoulder to shoulder with Ollie Holiday. He knew exactly what he was doing there, Sam Kildun. Holiday gathers it well. And then Hillary.
Not now, for.
Richard Spar takes it to ground. Oh, there's a big gap to gallop through, and it's Hillary with a 2-on-1.
Always dipping, no foul play.
Oh, Dan Cook's tripped over his own feet here, but Hartpury chip in for space. Matt Ward chasing, it's sat up, and it's with Loughborough. Massive shot from Edouard Giroux. But how about that from Matt Hillary, sensing the space. Oh, and if only Dan Cook hadn't tripped over his lolloping feet, the big man could have been in. 21.5 minutes gone. Loughborough really struggling with territory. Hartpury good for their lead, and Allen clears to touch.
Sending it off the pitch. Normally long and on sort of team, keep the ball on, keep them playing, but seems to have kicked it straight out.
Anything clear?
Ben Simpson having a conversation. Oh, and just he's about to have a conversation, the ref mic has stopped. Don't give us that, we need to hear this. Ah, here we go.
Seems to have gone down after he tripped over his feet.
A few calls now where we're just getting players holding people past the ball. No more, please. Have a word. Thank you.
That's a fair call.
Just take a step for me. Get them on.
Give us a player's perspective. Why do things like that start happening in a game like this?
But it's just one of those things. Someone holds you, you hold them back, get the wrong person, and it all sort of escalates. It's like training. Body in front, one person makes a tackle, and then next thing you know, it's fully live.
Time on.
Who are the ones in training who like a little kick-off?
Oh, James Langston, he's a badger for it, honestly. He can't get enough. He can't get enough.
Well, while we're grassing people up, Hartpury legend Will Crane loves a kick-off in training. Always has, always will. As big Matt Hillary takes that in. He's had a couple of really good carries in the last few minutes. In fact, he's the reason that Hartpury are in this part of the pitch. Reese Price. Hartpury go again. They've got some big physical specimens in that engine room and beyond. George Taylor. That's an excellent tackle, though, by Taylor. You see Hartpury players losing the gain line very often as that's pulled out the back. Again, just trying to create those physical mismatches. Finn Doyle has come on to replace Langston. Good phase play by Hartpury.
Finn Doyle was doing some of the Scotland 20
Oh,
stuff.
there's another gap again for Matt Hillary. He's gone through once and twice.
Nothing to clear out. Lots of people stepping away. Ball's lifted.
Matthews thinks about the kick and then does drop it on the toe. Ellis Hart gives chase. Gawley's back there. Gawley gathers it. Yes, you were about to say about Finn Doyle and the Scotland under-20s.
Yeah, he was up there with another lad, Alex O'Driscoll, fresher from Surrey's. They were both up there enjoying the time.
Yeah, made a couple of appearances, Finn Doyle, didn't he? Made his debut against Italy. Played against Ireland as well. In fact, I think O'Driscoll made his debut against Wales in round 1 at RGC, which of course is Owain Evans' home club. Corbin Smith looked like he was eyeing up the drop goal then. Loughborough over the ball.
First.
Great turnover.
Won the ball.
Three certainties in life: death, taxes, StoneX to getting a turnover.
Well, the referee not giving him the penalty. They're happy enough that he's got the ball. Now Preen.
That's outside.
Still 15 minutes of this first half to go. Loughborough spending a lot of time in and around their own 22. Hartpury have ripped it. Josiah Edwards-Giroux back into the 22. Now Pishardi sniffing around it.
Play on.
Thought you weren't allowed to dive on the ball when it's at a ruck.
Yes, please.
Well, it's usually supposed to be a metre, isn't it, from the breakdown? But Ben Simpson, a lot closer than us. Oh, he's gone for it again, Matt Hillary, and Loughborough just not aware of the free metres. They're giving the great big number 8. And he is lapping them up, and another turnover penalty. And this time they will get the chance to clear.
Henry Lavin with a turnover there. Serious big momentum shift.
Six off feet. Gates out ready first, please. On the line. For 5, thank you.
Yeah, that under-20s was
Hartpury on the
absolutely
line.
full of BUCS Super Rugby players across Wales, England and Scotland. A couple of Scotland boys in the Bath team, actually. I think Ludo Collade was involved, and Billy Seller, the tight head, played for England students. England under-20s. He was outstanding for Bath.
5, out! Don't change.
Big shout out, James Isaac. He's been here all year.
Once.
Couple of games, 1 winners medal. Can't complain with that.
Oh, Pishardi has knocked that on. But they're playing the advantage here, Hartpury. Well, that kick is in behind. I think the chaser started offside, and Sam Kildunn's going to dot that down. Fair bit of tape on the knees of Sam Kildunn.
When you're ready, please.
But he's one of the players who's up around 50 appearances for the club, which is a quite remarkable achievement across BUCS Super Rugby and National League. Corbin Smith off the left hand, and Keelan Cullen, another nudge in behind from Tommy Matthews. On the full.
Hold!
Talk about 50 appearances. Tom Miles last week, 50 appearances.
That's 50 BUCS Super Rugby appearances as well, isn't it? Which is no mean feat.
No, him and Reece Malone have both got 50 BSR appearances this year, so it's good to see the lads going well.
Sure, they'll be on
Touched!
later on, trying to make a difference. As the kicking battle ensues, Loughborough are going to try and run this out through Kildunn. Steps heavy off the right and nearly gets through. Loughborough up to halfway. Not had anything like attacking ball for a while. Mink Sharink. Oh, gets held up. Good strength from Dan Cook.
You're always upright.
High tackle referee's given there.
How have you found adapting in the National League to the sternum height tackles?
It's a hit and miss sort of law that's been reffed at the minute. Some refs are hot on it. Pre-game, that's what they speak about. Other refs are a bit more lenient. I think the big thing that they're missing is the low and late. So when they're carrying in, especially National League, a lot of the lads, especially the front row older lads, are dipping into that contact, and you've got nowhere to sort of tackle, and it's just one of those things where it's sort of hit and hope at some point.
Stay 10.
I've been on the under-18 Six Nations, the men's and women's, and the refs have been super hot on it there. There've been a lot of penalties, a lot of cards for high tackles. As Loughborough now go to work with Seb Smith at the back. Ollie Allen waits, and that grinds to a halt on the 22. Oh, Preen knocks on, and there's opportunity here for Hartpury.
Okay, advantage over.
Matty Ward with another fantastic carry. Good counter ruck. Could be there for Loughborough. Oh, and it's knocked on.
Everyone's on their feet.
Mario Picciardi coming through there, making a good fight of it and winning the ball back.
He's a strong boy, isn't he? Because he's not huge, but he's played lock, he's played all over the back row, and he's mixed it up at international level against some huge Georgians in the Rugby Europe Championship, and he certainly punches above his weight.
Yeah, I was lucky. Maz come back after he played Georgia, and he was struggling with it. He had to take a few days just sitting down, sort of recovering, neck, back, shoulders. All of them we saw, he was saying, and he was struggling, but it's good to see him back out there. He's loving it at the minute.
Probably 6'6" before he played then.
Fine.
But he's packing down at number 8 tonight. As we approach 30 minutes proper cup semi-final.
Looks like the ball's at the back of Hartpury scrum there.
Yeah, the hook was missed by Smith, and Goffey took advantage. Don't see that very often at this level. There's Goffey getting chopped by Owain Evans. 10 minutes to go until half-time. Up it goes. That is a tough one to take.
That's all Tits has come here to see. He'll be smiling after he's seeing that.
Exactly.
No one's lifted the ball.
That and a spiral bomb's all he dreams about.
But it's a good day for the spiral bomb. Preen chasing, and Corbin Smith offloading. Matthews. Intelligent player Matthews. Good tackle on him though.
Hands up! Stop. You'll have your scrum. When he's screaming
Dan
like that,
Eckersley. He's grabbing hold of his right hip. Big noises there from Eckersley. That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, he's another one that struggled with injury. First session of pre-season towards MCL. So it was a bit of gutting for him. He's managed to rehab it, come back, played a few times in National League, man of the match week in, week out. And then now he looks like he's holding his hip, glute sort of area.
Well, one turnover already today. We can have a little breather here if you're just joining us. Firstly, where have you been? Secondly, here is the tail of the tape. Loughborough opened the scoring with a penalty, and then Hartpury came back almost immediately. Loughborough exited, Hartpury pretty much first phase.
And because you forced that stoppage and you were illegal in doing so, I have to penalise you. Just lower your height for me, please.
Scored through Matty Ward. That conversion hit the post. And then Keelan Cullen has got a penalty. So half an hour in, that is where we are. Loughborough 3, Hartpury 8.
Dan's back on his feet, getting a bit of the magic tape on, and hopefully he'll be right.
That's got to be the biggest bill at the end of the season, isn't it? The tape bill.
I was speaking to the physios, and they say that's the biggest outgoing that they've got. Every time, playing twice a week, you see, and it's just getting up.
Here's the mark.
Of course.
Let's go. Come on.
National League and BUCS Super Rugby.
Time on. Water off.
Looks like he's had his knee strapped there, so hip and glute might have been wrong there.
It'll be Hartpury's put in at the scrum.
Set.
Good engage there from Hartpury, winning that gain line there.
Well, Hartpury went on that fantastic winning run
Round, we have the same scrum
earlier in the season. 8 in a row. They beat Durham, Nottingham, Exeter, Swansea, Cardiff, Leeds Beckett, Bath again, and Cardiff Met. Then they lost those back-to-back games. They lost 27-0 to Loughborough, then 18-13 to Durham. Since then, they've recovered, and they've recovered in style. 34 points to 5 against Nottingham, then that tremendous 51-22 against Cardiff Met in the quarter-final. Loughborough are actually the form team in the league as Hartpury win the penalty at scrum time. They're undefeated in the last 7, but only 6 victories. It was punctuated by that 15-all draw with Durham away at Hollow Drift in round 15. But wins over Cardiff, Leeds Beckett, Hartpury 27-0, Swansea down in Swansea. They also hit Cardiff Met for 50. And then Leeds Beckett 37-12 here in the quarter-final. Brilliant kick for the touch finder.
Come on, let's go.
It's a good area to launch here. It's close enough that the maul might be on, and then obviously maul go forward, give the back a chance to strike.
Well, they do go to the maul, and Will Goffey and Matt Hillary there.
Free the mark.
But Pichardi has got himself in an awkward position. Oh, penalty advantage though. Someone's changed their mind.
7 entry.
Oh, Dan Eckersley. Didn't see him sneaking up, did we?
7 side entry.
And Hartpury can do it all again, but 5 metres closer. Well, these are massive moments. You can see from the AR's flag. Hartpury playing with the wind in this first half. If Loughborough can find a way to go in just 5 points down, they probably take that. But Hartpury will feel as though they deserve more.
Here we come.
Will they get more? Oh, it's looking pretty good for Hartpury here, careering towards the line, but Owain Evans.
Got no clear collapse from
Owain Evans is a little line-out master. He has been a thorn in the Hartpury side every time. Loughborough escape again, and they'll have the put-in at the scrum thanks to the Welshman.
Yeah, he's done really well there. It seemed like they were breaking off, almost certainty to score, and he's managed to get on ball and hold them up.
I love making the journey around the BUCS Super Rugby grounds and the little idiosyncrasies. So you go up to Hollow Drift, and every time the stand's a little bit smaller because they've had to take a bit more asbestos off, and then you come to Loughborough and somebody's very considerately put a lamppost in the way.
Yeah, I was up in Hollow Drift last week. It looked like the river blown off, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, if the river has blown off, then get out of the way, because it is full of asbestos. Hartpury doing really well here. This is a tough exit for Loughborough.
Mink's lost the ball there.
Knocked on by Mink Shrink. And Loughborough.
iPad's gone forward there, Dave.
That's stripped in the air, but there's no advantage. You come back. Yep, correct.
Chaos in the commentary box.
But we're under advantage for the fifth.
It's not a deliberate knock-on, mate, just a scrum.
Might have been an expensive mistake.
Well, what a chance for Hartpury now. Their scrum looks like it's in the ascendancy. They've got the entire width to play with. But 3 minutes in our clock until half-time.
Yeah, big set piece here from Loughborough. 3 minutes to go, as you said. Just try and keep them out, keep the score as it is, and then second half with the wind, hopefully gain momentum.
But first, get the ball in the scrum.
Get the ball in the scrum, hook it, and go forward.
And there's loads of time in between the calls. Let's get it right, please. You sort your face out into the calls.
Good crowd down tonight. Noisy crowd down tonight.
Yeah, it's good. As I said, Easter break's obviously on, but playing Saturdays and Wednesdays. We've obviously got Saturday. Clifton at home, I think it is. So a few of these lads are still here training, playing on Saturday.
Well, is Matt Hillary going to have a go here? Yes, he is. Oh, is that an extra roll? Referee says no, still with Hartpury. A metre between them and their second try of this semi-final. Again, they go big, again they go heavy. Another penalty advantage. Oh, there's a dart up the short side, they're over.
Hang on.
Is it down?
Time off. So he was short originally, and then he's propelled himself forward. So it's a penalty against Hartpury. Thank you.
But it's a penalty against Hartpury.
So you were originally short, and then you propelled yourself forward.
But they were playing on a penalty advantage.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's gone on there. I wouldn't say the advantage is over either, so Loughborough getting out there with it. Getting out there nicely.
Oh, the double movement temptation, though. You're so close.
Use the line, please.
Can't say I've ever been that close to the white line here. Been here 4 years, not scored one try.
Not one try?
Not one try.
Oh, my goodness. Not one try?
No, I've tried, I promise I have tried, but no, never.
Not BUCS Super Rugby or National League?
No, not even in training, I don't think.
Oh, mate. Up it goes then from Seb Smith, and Loughborough hanging on at the moment. Hartpury probably frustrated or feel as though they should be further ahead. Allen sends that one up.
Backwards by Payne.
Sam Kildunn's done well there.
Well, he's chased every kick. That's the first one he's got a hand on. And Mink Sharink, another bump from him. Uses Cameron Corbett as a tackle bag. Inside ball to Seb Smith. He's well tackled, and Hartpury turn that over. That's a big turnover. Loughborough somehow finding themselves isolated in midfield.
What would you do here? 3 points?
I think so. What I'd quite like is an update on the clock from the referee to see how close we are, but 2 minutes. Thank you very much, Mr. Simpson. Greatly appreciated. Yeah, this is a kickable penalty with the wind. Hartpury have the chance to take it beyond a converted try. They've blown a few opportunities where they've gone into the 22, so get those points on the board and make Loughborough chase the game.
Yeah, if you want, I'll get out of your way.
Keelan Cullen. Close the first time, right on the money the second time. This one pretty much in front of the poles. Halfway between the 10 and the halfway line. Lovely evening now, the clouds have lifted, the lights are on.
Straight down the middle.
And Cullen adds another 3. Hartpury extend the lead, no more than they deserve. A minute or so until half time. Loughborough 3, Hartpury 11. Hartpury just playing the more sensible rugby at the moment, and again. Oh, Loughborough going to go quickly here.
Backwards.
Oh, Gourlay has got away with one there. And keeps pumping the legs. Elliot Gourlay into the 22. A hop, a skip, and eventually he's brought down. Surging forward after that fumble. Mink Sharink now.
Never held originally.
And Loughborough coming straight back at Hartpury. Thanks to a little bit of luck off the Gourlay fumble. Back against the grain.
First one on his feet.
Oh, but Hartpury have turned it over. Mario Pichardi hasn't presented the ball properly, and it's ended up back in red hands. And Loughborough not had many chances like this, and they failed to take advantage of that one. Well, that's a blow for Loughborough. Although sometimes the big referee in the sky has a way of evening these things up, and I think he knocked it on. So we are where we are, and where we are is Hartpury 8 points to the good, 40 minutes gone, 40 to go. It is Loughborough 3, Hartpury 11. We will have a look at the highlights of the half, but unless you're a fan of up and unders and scrums, there's not going to be a huge amount.
That's a coach killer there, you see. 5 metres out, just over, and then turn over.
Well, it was the opportunity to get something, wasn't it? Whether it was a penalty, whether it was a go at the poles. But I think Hartpury will be pretty pleased. That is a sad sight of James Langston, boot off. Limping towards the changing rooms here. Well, it'll be for the final time, won't it? Because even if he's fit for the final, there'll be no more games. And that's a big thing for you boys, isn't it? Knowing that you're counting down to the last time, whether it's the last time you play, the last time you have a home game. Even those boys at Exeter who've won today, for a lot of them, it's their last time, not even at Topsham, because they were on their crumb today. It's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a serious deal for quite a few of the lads, especially being here longer. Like Dan Martin last year had his last game. He was there for 6 years, I think. You know, he couldn't let go again. Hairline started to go and all sorts. But yeah, it's a big thing. Sometimes it's worse when you don't know it's your last game. So say you get injured and then you have to miss your last few games, and that's you, and you don't even realise.
Well, this was the tale of the half. Started with the clouds and the wind, and the first points of the day went to Loughborough. Morgan Meredith, after a decent start by the home team, slotted 3 points. And they'd have been hoping to build on it from there, but Hartpury came straight back. They got a really good go-forward carry, and then they fed Matty Ward down on the right-hand side. This superb fend, and he is away, leaving the Loughborough defender eating rubber crumb. In at the corner, the conversion was unsuccessful. And then from slightly further infield, Keelan Cullen showed his worth to this team off the tee by slotting the 3 to make it 8 points to 3. Hartpury had a few opportunities, fluffed their lines, but then they got this turnover penalty. 45 metres out, another great strike from Cullen. I think he could have gone 10, 15 metres back. 11-3, Hartpury lead at half-time. The road to Saracens, the road to StoneX, the road to the final, the road to glory ends on the 17th of April, and you can be there.
Trophy blocked by Field. Seren Singleton sniping.
Tilly Smale is on the scoreboard, and Hartpury University surely at this stage now.
Hartpury University, the Women's National League champions.
Destiny Day ends with Exeter as BUCS Super Rugby national champions.
Loughborough 3, Hartpury 11. Good old boys catch up here at half-time. And Hartpury out first. Henry Lavin leading Loughborough out, and they need a big half of rugby here. Dan Murphy said in his pre-match interview, Loughborough the only team that Hartpury haven't defeated this season, but they are 40 minutes away from their first final since the Sean Lynn era. Before we get underway in the second half, big shout out to the Exeter boys watching this and enjoying a cold one. Joe Burnsy's down there with Rich Hodges and Gareth Elliott. They're patting themselves on the back for a job well done, with some quite delicious looking pints, and good for them. And good for them.
Well earned pints.
Absolutely. But the ones after the final will taste even sweeter. But who's going to be there? Will it be Hartpury? Will it be Loughborough? Hartpury have won the kickoff. And an opportunity to get their hands on the ball here. First up, the men in red. Little pick and a go. Harrison Bellamy. And then Ollie Minnis. Not the start Loughborough wanted, exactly what Hartpury would have spoken about. Tommy Matthews. Now Khan Richards Svart. Oh, it's a big shot. George Taylor empties Ellis Hart. And then Matthews drops it on the toe into no man's land. It's a good kick, but Finn Doyle's there. The Scotland under-20. Yeah, good story. Former fourth teamer. Now with international honours. Edouard Giroux.
Ever on the ball.
Well, he's physical, but he was never on the ball. And look at him jogging back into position. He is a big slab at 13. The man they call Jeg. Now Ollie Allen, Loughborough with hands on the ball, and that'll be sweet relief after not winning the kickoff. Ollie Minnis having a bit of fun there for Hartpury. Corbin Smith fields it. He has got a deadly step and deadly pace. Corbin Smith chases his own kick. Ollie Allen's back, bounces into touch, and that is Corbin Smith lightning. Game-changing ability.
I was just about to say good exit there, but obviously don't speak too soon.
Well, sometimes you do everything right, don't you? And then it comes back at you like an American eagle. Loughborough, perhaps guilty of loitering in their own 22 a little bit too long in the first half. Oh, it's a very good take. George Taylor.
Once.
Passed a late fitness test, Taylor. Hurt his ankle in the team run. Looking forward to see how he goes with Bristol Bears, who are big fans of BUCS Super Rugby. They've got a lot of talent from there. Oh, and what's rule number 1? Don't let the ball bounce.
7 is always advancing, put pressure on it.
And that is such a massive let-off for Loughborough. Ellis Hart
Stay still.
Was always offside. And he was warned by Ben Simpson.
Big sour relief for the lads there. Good kick to touch, and then hopefully a good launch, and then game on.
Well, what with all of campus being closed, I don't know about you, but I'm absolutely starving. What's that we can smell? Is that jacket potatoes?
Yeah, it looks like something in the microwave anyway.
None for me and you, is there?
No. Jess doesn't look like she wants to share.
3 minutes to the second half gone. Loughborough in the Hartpury half for the first time. Owain Evans off the top. And Preen, former Hurst Pierpoint man, getting on the front foot. Seb Smith next. Good clear out by Sam Kildunn of all people. And then a snipe from Ollie Allen. Allen finds the pass. George Taylor. George Taylor strong. George Taylor over. And Loughborough closed the gap.
Like a galloping horse there, he wasn't stopping for anyone.
Thank you.
No, he was not. Well, the first time we've really seen Loughborough with any kind of momentum, any kind of go forward. George Taylor's the man to make it count.
Seb Smith with a good carry there. Ollie Allen, good speed of ball, and then he just made that break. Nice little snipe. George Taylor's there on the shoulder and just doesn't stop. 10 metres out, takes Matty Ward for a ride and then dots over.
Well, that's a little bit of payback for Matty Ward taking Elliot Gourlay to the turf earlier.
I think Ollie Allen's down there. Yeah, it is Ollie Allen. Just getting ankle, look like, maybe, possibly knee.
Well, Meredith to make it a 1-point game. Meredith does make it a 1-point game. He's up to 5. Loughborough are up to 10. Well, they might be without the scrum half, Ollie Allen, who was a
Changes. Has he been made?
big cog in the wheel of that try.
All good?
Just come back for Tom hamstring as well, so sad to see him go off.
Yeah, he's in
Well, he's
front
an
and then
ex-London
he advances.
Irish boy, isn't he, Ollie Allen?
Stay still.
Yeah, coming in first year. I think he's second year at school, maybe.
Yeah, went full-time straight out of school, and of course, with what happened with the Exiles, great to see some of their players playing rugby, back playing rugby. Hartpury have taken a Loughborough player out off the ball.
Advantage over, apparently.
Hold, Hartpury!
Well, that's a good kick. Looking for the 50-22, Elliot Gourlay. Well, interesting, but I quite like that from the referee. If you kick the ball, the advantage is over. You obviously didn't want it that much. Lots to be said for that kind of positive reffing. All right, game on. Loughborough 10, Hartpury 11. Exeter fans, what do you make of this? Lovely line-out ball, and Rhys Price can get him going. Keelan Cullen brings Matt Hillary into play. He gets over the gain line again, as he so often does. But Loughborough have turned it over.
Henry Lavin there with a good turnover. Oh. Changed his mind.
Hands in the...
Well, that must have been called in by the AR, because Ben Simpson was happy.
Top penalty. You chose to play it and then kick the ball.
So Fordy came up at half-time, and he thinks Hartpury were playing into the wind in the first half. Everyone else thinks Hartpury were playing with the wind, and we're about to find out exactly what the wind is doing, because Keelan Cullen is going for the poles from a long way out. It's pretty much in front of the sticks, but this is a fair shoe.
Yeah, it'll be a good shot if he gets this. If I was a guessing man, 48 metres.
Well, there are lots of surveyors in training here. Somebody would definitely have one of those wheels on a stick, wouldn't they? They'd be able to tell you exactly how far it is. Keelan Cullen is getting dog's abuse from the supporters. I mean, respect the kicker is out the window in BUCS Super Rugby, but that has got the legs. It's got the direction, and Keelan Cullen opens Hartpury's account for the second half.
You kicked it 50 metres.
Kick well as Cullen. Loughborough get us underway. Eckersley the first to the chase, and Matt Hillary
dipping always to floor.
gets walloped by Mink Sharink. Don't have enough names that rhyme, do we? Mink Sharink, big fan. Gourlay. Pichardi. Does well, Mario Pichardi. Gets through Rhys Price.
Knock on, but clear release. Number 9.
Lucky there, thought he lost it forward there on the floor, but the referee obviously
Tackle's
disagrees.
complete,
Well, the referee did say that he did knock it on, but it was because there was no clear release. It's Tom Miles who's come on. 51st BUCS Super Rugby game.
On the edge, please.
That is some shift. We'll see Reece Malone later, who is believed to be coming on for his 58th, which is quite remarkable.
Yeah, he's another one that's been here too long. Couldn't get away. Thought he would do a mass PGCE, and now look at him, still here.
I believe he's got a job at Taunton School next year, so all the best to him.
Don't change.
Yeah, that's the one. I let that slip to the old parents there, and
no.
Okay, Loughborough, yes, please.
Well, Loughborough need to work it
Same
here
ball.
because Ollie Minnis had got himself in a
case,
good spot. Penalty advantage now, Hartpury. Little dummy thrown by Owain Evans, and Matt Hillary was over it, but lost his balance. Still advantage, back the other way now, Meredith. Good feet by Meredith.
Okay, set defence, going nowhere.
Now what's the decision
still
here?
A ball.
3
collapse,
easy points on offer.
stick it in the corner, back them all. That's what I'll do here, but obviously I'm not on the pitch, so that's why I don't have a say.
No, you've obviously sent it via your spidey senses, because that's
Be
exactly what
area,
Morgan
please.
Meredith has done. And Hartpury finding themselves in a spot where Loughborough found themselves quite a few times in the first half. And Hartpury probably didn't take advantage of it as they should have. Loughborough to the back, it's overthrown, but it's still in purple hands. Chris Preen. To the right they go, and Owain Evans. Good shot on him, but quick ball.
Advantage, number 1, tackle off the ball.
Harrison Bellamy, errant, and Seb Smith is through. Loughborough lead for the first time in the semi-final. 2 second-half tries coming from the big men. First Taylor, then Seb Smith. Half an hour to go, and Loughborough edge ahead.
Good score there from Seb. Another penalty advantage I think we had there, so I think that's maybe 3 down here.
Yeah, thank you.
He's another player who's not had the rub with injuries. And nice to see a hooker not scoring on the back of a maul. They have been burgling tries for about the last 4 or 5 seasons, but there he is on open play. Get him round the outside.
Yeah, he was unlucky with injury. He had a full ankle reconstruction, I think. So he did everything and then took 6 months out, and then he's come back
Quickly.
better than ever, it looks like. We've had a real crisis here with hooker injuries to the point where they're all in non-contact no matter what. So
Conversion good from Meredith. 3-point gain, the 3rd time the lead has changed hands. And it's been much more composed by the home team in the second half.
When you're ready.
Oh, there are Loughborough women returning home. A couple of them a little bit wobbly as well, and I'm not surprised because that is a remarkable victory down in Exeter. 38-34, the full-time score, and Loughborough away again. Gawley is going to chase his own kick. Where's it going to bounce? Corbin Smith, perhaps the one man that he can't beat for pace, but he's left that in field. And Mario Picciardi herring in on the 22. The inside ball's a good one. Finn Doyle is over for Loughborough, who are disappearing. Great composure by Picciardi. It was a loose kick by Corbin Smith. Chose the inside option, and Finn Doyle was there. The first time Loughborough have led by more than a converted try. The conversion to come to make it a 10-point game.
they must have had a good speaking to at half-time for them to come out like this. They've shot out the blocks in the second half.
That's fine where you are, I've moved off it.
Well, that sounds like it's been some fun bus on the way back from Exeter for these Loughborough girls. Hopefully the hangover doesn't last a fortnight, because they've got a date with destiny at the StoneX. Morgan Meredith to make it a 10-point game. Well, he doesn't look like missing tonight, does he?
No, dissected the uprights there.
Well, what about this break to set it all up?
Yeah, if Elliot unhitched the caravan there, I reckon he could have done on the outside, but stuck it on toe, forced a kick, straight to Mario, I went to, I think, so yeah. And then Mario's done well, take the space back inside to Finn Doyle, and he's started over.
Backwards off Hartpury.
Good finish by Doyle. He had Matthews there. It's a bit of a loose one from Corbin Smith. Now Hartpury need to find something from somewhere. Will it come with Ollie Holiday? He's gone searching for work because he's hardly been involved, and he chases the ball. Oh, we could be in trouble here because they've all just made their way into the commentary box. Oh, lovely ball, and Ward is back into the 22. Oh, sensational from Matthew Ward. What a try. Matty Ward gets his second and drags Hartpury back into the semi-final. Outstanding finish.
Serious finish from Matty there. Caught in two minds, pass or carry. He's made the right decision there. Carried, went on the outside, backed his pace, and yet again he's got down for his second.
Well, that was the pass, wasn't it? It was an all or nothing for Rosen. He thought he could get it. Game on. Well, Hartpury needed that, and maybe the game needed that as well, because if we'd have settled into a rhythm, then maybe Loughborough pull away. Hazelrig Rutland, beautifully lit by the evening sky too. Well, Meredith hasn't looked like missing, but since the first conversion, Cullen hasn't either. But that slides around the outside. Loughborough 24, Hartpury 19.
Commentator's curse there, Dave. Commentator's curse.
He'll be back. Any of you want to chat?
When you're ready.
15 minutes of the second half gone. Loughborough students women have just arrived after their semi-final win. Exeter men will be in the final. Exeter women will not.
It's not stop appealing for it as well, please. Use the ball.
Exciting 15 minutes of this half. A much better game on our hands. Gourlay takes that well. Met by Ward. Pichardi finds the ground. Hartpury straight over that ball, looking for the turnover. It's not on though. Meredith out the back to Preen. He's stuck behind the gain line. Mink Sherink. He's carried a lot of ball tonight, Mink Sherink.
Gets through a lot of work, does Mink. You know, he's still got an engine on him, still goes, so.
You're upright, you need to lower your height.
New tackle laws.
Now, with 24-19 here, kickable penalty again to take Loughborough beyond a converted try, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah, I think that's a good decision overall. Like we said, keep scoreboard going over. Hopefully he dissects him again, and there you go, game on.
16 gone.
Nine points for Meredith. One penalty, 3 conversions, 3 tries. Well, Hartpury, they've left, what, 4 points out there, so it could potentially be 23-24. How important will these kicks be? Meredith. It's good. It's really good. It's 27-19.
Still had legs on it there. Would have backed him from the 10-metre line, I reckon.
Sorry, subs. Thank you. Time off.
Loughborough 27, Hartpury 19. I think the referee just said 16 minutes gone, so we're
okay, time on.
About a minute out. Time back on. Hartpury, I'll send that high into the night sky. And the way the floodlights are here at Loughborough, it disappears over the top and then comes back in. Really tough to take.
Yes, please, let's go. No.
Well, Miles had to take another step there. Hartpury putting the pressure on, but there's a little bit of juice on that. And it allows Loughborough to come up and chase. Hartpury deciding to keep it in field. Gourlay, another hop and a skip, and attacks that line hard. Good clear out as well. Mink Sherink sniping around the fringes and losing out to Minnis.
I think he got a bit lost there and thought I'll just carry.
And that's a carry from Seb Smith. He's got to try. Well, that's a silly
Stay
one.
on your feet when you win the ball. Points.
Are you going poles again here?
Yeah, I'll probably stick it between the uprights. Morgan's hitting them well, so when you can get points here, there's no point getting down there. If you take points, take the 3 and go again.
Just giving you a heads up, you're on man of the match duty tonight.
Sorry?
Right out.
Don't choose now, still a lot of rugby to
I
play.
think you just took each other's space.
So it
no
can be
clear
from either
contact.
team. Doesn't have to be from the winning team.
Touches you
Someone
in the
can
air and you've
impress
got the
you.
ball, yeah.
Around about 74, 75 minutes, I'd like your nominees. We'll treat it like the Oscars, the Brit Awards, the Mobos, whatever your favourite is. Morgan Meredith. Bang in front of the sticks, just inside the 10. Can't stop scoring.
Even further, that one. Went even further.
Loughborough up to 30. And Hartpury, their own worst enemy in midfield. Coming up to the hour mark. They need another bit of Matty Ward magic, don't they? Oh, that's been knocked on. Pichardi, a rare error from him.
Yeah, just where he dropped it, that's all.
Don't think Loughborough have secured a kick-off yet.
Thank you.
I think it's all gone Pete Tong almost.
"20 minutes to go. Hartpury in the Loughborough 22, trailing by 11.
8. Crunch!
Still got most of the original team out there. You've got Keelan Cullen waiting at first receiver. 2 on the short side as well, which is interesting. And they go to Tommy Matthews, a ball player, but also a direct runner.
Don't buy it because you've stopped him from rolling away.
Looking to create quick ball through Matt Hillary. That's Eckersley sniffing around it. Now Cobbett. Oh, and Loughborough win the penalty. Hartpury just cannot get any momentum.
Late and low.
Oh, Loughborough have gone quick there. Crossfield from Morgan. Killer's on the end of it. He's opening up.
Superb! Kildun into the 22. Kildun away from the last tackler. Sam Kildun scores for Loughborough. Heads up rugby at its finest. And Loughborough are one step closer to the StoneX.
Not sure about the arm up at the end there. I think that's him written out of the man of the match award.
Well, Sam Kildun has got lightning pace. And Hartpury switched off for just a second. And it was a pinpoint kick for Kildun. So quick, I'm not sure we captured it. Absolutely outstanding. Morgan Meredith having a look, knowing the gas is there. Kildun had a lot of work to do though. 4 tries for Loughborough. In those rusty old days of the league table, we'd be talking about bonus points, but now it is all about securing victory. Morgan Meredith just can't miss. 3 penalties, 4 conversions. Loughborough up to 37. And Hartpury in danger of disappearing out of this semi-final. Here we go, let's take a look at this. He goes crossfield.
All done. All done.
Sam Kildun so fast. We got there in the end, yes.
When you're ready, come on.
And he's away. Yeah, I don't know about the hander. That's
Travel turn.
That's bad drills. But it's a huge try. Loughborough now 18 points clear. Remember, they trailed by 8 at half-time.
Lost that kick-off again.
We've had some good tries in this game, you know, both teams. But Hartpury just can't keep their hands on the ball.
Similar to the one over there. Two's got to release as the tackle's complete.
Who's got upset there?
Scrum half if I was a better man.
Well, they don't do a songwriting course at Loughborough, do they?
Bad spot to be having a throw in here if you was a hooker.
Pray for Will Goffey.
Stop.
Touchy's not a fan.
All good, mate? Okay, time off. Time off.
Hartpury about 35 metres out. They've had some big carries. Hillary's carried well, and Cameron Cobbett. The only real penetration they've had is when Matty Ward has got on the outside. He's still on the pitch. Hugging that right flank. Oh, but it's overthrown. But picked up at the back, and this could work for Hartpury. They need something, the bounce of the ball, the bit of luck, the next try to get him back into it. Geraint Powell crashing towards the 22. Here's Cobbett again. I think just out of shot. Loughborough coaches have gone over to try and calm down the supporters who are getting a little exuberant. JJ Williams, the Welshman, is on for Reese Price at scrum half. We're in number 21.
You just cleared out, there's nothing wrong with it.
He scored some great tries as well. Got try of the week in the championship a couple of weeks ago. There's Ward off his wing over the first defender.
Timing's good. Now leave him.
Little nudge in behind. There's a good one, but Tom Miles is there, and Tom Miles is dancing out of trouble. Pass one, pass two. Calms things down, but Loughborough without a scrum half, so this will not be boxed.
Really?
Perhaps until now.
Good exit it, needed here for Loughborough.
Still plenty of time left in this game, but Hartpury need 3 scores. Miles back on his feet. Oh, keeps that infield, inviting the Hartpury pressure coming through Corbin Smith. He is quick.
This point of the game, if I could kick, I'd have kicked it off. I tried to kick a few weekends ago and went straight out and I got shouted at, so.
Well, quite right too. Oh, another pick and go through the gate. Casey Williams is on in the front row, and there he is, the hooker, replacing Will Goffey, the captain. Another heavy carry from Khan Richards Far, former Saints Academy man.
Lost!
Kildun making an important tackle. Geraint Powell. He is tough to miss with his real Slim Shady Barnett. Just getting stuck around the 22 at the moment, Hartpury. Just big men running into big men. Oh, the delayed pass is lovely. Doesn't quite find its way to...
Never on the ball.
Ward, though. And this probably the most phases that we've seen. This is lung-busting stuff, particularly for the defending team. Simply has to end in a try for Hartpury as Kildun overcommits and Corbin Smith dances to the 22. Oh, and who's that gone down there? The snipers have been out.
George Taylor.
Down to 14. George Taylor has clutched his hamstring there.
I was going to say he went down the phase before and he got back up, but looks like he's struggling out there now.
Well, he did have a late fitness test. Oh, but Seb Smith not rewarded for the jackal.
And this guy's got to get out of the way before I reward anyone.
George Taylor's taking a knee now, physio's coming on just to see what the problem is.
Well, the reinforcements
do we need it?
For Loughborough come in the form of Fergus Dick.
Come off.
Another versatile player. We've seen him at lock, we've seen him in the back row.
6, change. 6.
Is that Henry Lavin being replaced? The captain.
A few lads on the knees now. Eric Nixon's taking a knock.
It's hard going out there, and there's been a lot of ball in play time in the second half, hasn't there?
Yeah, the 4G doesn't help with much of that either.
14
Wants the ball to go faster. Everyone wants to go faster, but then obviously the bigger lads start to drop down.
Unfortunately, you've still got the same two lungs.
On comes Theo Mail there. Serious young talent from Worcester.
Yeah, he's a first year, isn't he?
It's him we're waiting for.
Yeah.
He's played a lot of rugby. He's been up at RGC as well in North Wales. Played a bit of shoot shield. Seems to be popular with the boys, that old Australia trip.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it just looks good. You know, you see it on people's stories and stuff like that.
Not necessarily him.
Sort of makes you a bit envious of him.
Fancy it?
No comment.
Well, if you do decide to, good luck.
Thank you.
A lot of good players, a lot of great players have gone over to have adventures down under. George Taylor has managed to shake it off. He'll be hoping to strap on the colours of Bristol Bears next season. Still a student, but perhaps Loughborough will see a lot less of him.
You want a new captain, yeah? Thank you.
Yeah, he's got one more year left as George. But yeah, more than likely he'll be spending most of his time at Bristol the way he's been going.
Loughborough on the line, please.
I think Eric Nixon just wanted a rest there. He seems to be up and fine.
I think everyone will thank him for that, particularly Hartpury, who can recharge the batteries, and Casey Williams can start to charge towards the line. Hartpury need this. Hartpury get this. Who's appeared with the ball there? Doesn't matter, it's 5 points on the board. Hartpury back in the game. 1 down, 2 to go.
It's just more of a game of time management here for Loughborough. Killing the clock, try not to speed everything up, slow it all down where we can, and hopefully get out on the other side.
12 minutes.
Cullen. Oh, drives that through, no worries at all. 37-26, still a 2-score lead.
Thank you. Time off.
Loughborough 11-3 down at half-time.
All done, thank you.
11 points up now. Well, who had their hands on that melee of bodies? Ellis Hart in the blue scrum cap there. And Loughborough go deep. I think it's important though, even with a lead like this, you cannot stop playing. We nearly saw it in the Premiership at the weekend, didn't we, with Harlequins against Bath. 40 points to 3 up, they're holding on at the end, 40-36. If Hartpury get the next score, then it is on. Oh! Again, Rowson commits and Hartpury away. It's a foot race and it's that man Ward. Oh my goodness, Matty Ward. One man to beat. Matty Ward into the 22. Oh, he's prevented by Elliot Gawley from scoring one of the greatest tries in BUCS Super Rugby history.
Advantage.
But it's knocked on and Loughborough kick away the advantage, and it's a great clearance kick. Someone sign Matty Ward, the man is on fire. But what about the chase back and tackle by Elliot Gawley?
Yeah, Elliot's done really good there. He got skinned on the edge and made up for it here. Matty's had the rolling start at him, turned him inside out, and he's just gone.
Well, to be fair, Gawley was skinned once, twice, and managed to get him at the third time of asking. But genuinely, we're, what, 6 metres away from one of the finest individual tries we have seen in this league in all of these years. Oh, and Loughborough have pinched it. There's a breakdown at the line-out for Hartpury. And they could have really done without that. Morgan Meredith looking for the 50-22. Where's the bounce? Oh.
Thank you.
Keelan Cullen breathes a sigh of relief.
Inside.
Sends it back with interest.
Always in.
And breathe.
George Taylor's gone down there again. I'm not sure if it's cramp, hamstring or whatever, but...
On the line for me.
What a game.
No.
What a game.
What a game. Matty Ward. I think he's every BUCS Super Rugby Neutral's favourite player after tonight. Seb Smith off the top by Pichardi. Now Meredith with options. Opts for the big man, and Loughborough up to halfway. Oh, Rosen, not seen him do a huge amount. I think anyone who's watched any BUCS Super Rugby over the last couple of seasons knows that he can be deadly. Fast, strong. Going back to that final, he very nearly changed the game, didn't he, when he came off the bench?
Yeah, he's a serious player. One of those players that moves same speed going sideways as he does forward, so really good talent.
So that's JJ Williams for Hartpury. Corbin Smith in at scrum half. And a little chip from Tommy Matthews, doesn't get the bounce. Seb Smith's there. And these boys are putting a good shift in the front row for Loughborough. Seb Smith in particular. 70 minutes out there at 2. There's no feet. Geraint Powell makes the tackle. Meredith, short ball is a good ball, and it's Seb Smith again. He's delayed the passes beautifully. Pichardi. Into the last 10 minutes on our clock. That's a good carry. Oh, Matt Hillary.
Side entry. Drop the ball.
Well, he's not rewarded because he was off his feet, but Loughborough are in at the side.
Hartpury really starting to speed this game up here, playing from everywhere. Quick kick off that penalty, it's a good kick as well.
I think he realised because there was no one at home for Loughborough, he could drill it and bounce it in and get a few more meters.
Use the yellow line, okay?
Looks like George Shayler's coming for Trundle
Use the
here.
yellow. Time off. Who's been changed? Thank you. Is he that one out the back, yeah?
Yeah, George Taylor's coming off here. Fergus Dick's coming on in the second row. I think it's just a straight swap.
Are you the new skipper?
Well, Fergus Dick in his
19
final year.
Years, okay.
Plenty of experience.
Stop.
He was involved in the deep end of the campaign last year.
Hartpury, close the gap, please.
Ferg Dick last year, I think he played something like 17 games before Christmas. He's going Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday.
It's too many games of rugby.
Too many games of rugby.
Now it's Hartpury going off the top and looking to stretch Loughborough with Ward.
Good kick from Matty there.
It's a good nudge in behind, but Theo Mayles there. Only just
He's never on the ball.
On the pitch a few minutes. So Mayles was the one who replaced Henry
Take
Levy. You can hear that wind picking up again now. It died down, but it's back with a vengeance.
Gents,
for thought Hartpury were offside. Ben Simpson disagreed. He says cut the commentary. Hopefully he's not talking to you and me.
Touched, everyone on.
Oh, that's charged down. And Loughborough offside.
Front, 8 in front, up.
Now this is huge.
Knock on, then played in front by 8.
To the
7.
corner. And Hartpury can smell
On the
something.
line. Thank you. Time off, 7 minutes.
7 minutes
3.
to go. Hartpury need 2 tries. One of them needs to be converted.
Oh, Wingers in the maul here.
Stop. Subs.
Oh, yeah,
Time's
we've
still
got
up. Don't worry.
Ollie Holiday lifting at the back.
Use the line, please.
I think 13's in there as well.
Yeah, Josiah Edwards-Giroux. This is one straight out of the Dan Murphy playbook. This is what happens
More. In we
when
come.
you have props.
Defended once.
Coaching teams. Well defended. There are Hartpury bodies
Same
down,
ball.
but it's still going
One
forward. Still the
out.
same ball. Have Loughborough overcommitted,
Rope
and
away, there's no
Hartpury
tackle.
going
Oh,
over. That's
backwards.
spilled out the side. Geraint Powell butterfingered, but Hartpury closing
7,
in.
no.
Oh, Loughborough called off it. This is huge now. Tommy Matthews, loose ball. Loughborough chasing back. Hartpury offloading.
Okay, no advantage. 7, slow the ball down, we come back.
Oh, another penalty for Hartpury. The
Let me
clock
get the
keeps
mark.
ticking.
Let me get the mark.
Here's Powell.
7, clear release.
3 points,
No
no good
more.
to them.
No more.
Final warning for Loughborough. And they're going to send it to the big men. Hillary taps. Hillary goes. Loughborough set the African Violet wall. Tyler Harvey.
No,
Cobbett. That's the 5. Loughborough a little bit short the one side. And the wrestle for the ball, which has gone forward. Powell dots it down, but it'll count for nothing. And Loughborough have the put in at the scrum. 6 minutes to go, 37-26.
No, time's still going. Let's go. 3, we don't need.
Seems to be another changer in the front row as well. Tristan Smith seems to be on for
let's go. Come on.
I think it is.
Big shift from Mick Sharink. On comes Tristan
He's
Smith.
23, mate. I'm going to play. He's not involved in the scrum. Let's go. Come on.
Former number 8 converted to tight heads, which sounds like a good excuse to eat some steaks.
Well, he says that, but I can't see him ever looking like a number 8 in my eyes.
Schools rugby's different though, man.
Shoulder.
Former Felsted schoolboy.
Great.
He said he got a new haircut coming on live stream today and didn't go to plan, so he's been asking for scrum cap all day.
Set.
Some pirate barbers in Loughborough, are there?
Yeah, he went to the cheapest and...
Rule number 1, got to treat yourself to a good haircut. Mario Picciardi off the base. A good clear out to secure the ball as well, and Hartpury's discipline, they're offside. They're so desperate to get their hands on the ball that they've made the exit easy for Loughborough.
Serious turnover there.
I'll tell you when you've got 4 minutes.
Caught them offside and 4 minutes to go, as referees just said. It's good kick, slow it all down, as you said, and just try and get the time going down.
Get yourself ready. Subs,
time running out for Hartpury.
There comes the bomb squad. Oren Murphy, Reece Malone and Joe Plunkett are all on.
1, 2, 10.
So that's Seb Smith, Eric Nixon and Morgan Meredith both coming off.
Hartpury on the edge, please. On the edge.
Reece Malone, a mature head, slotting in at 10. 57th or 58th. BUCS Super Rugby appearance for the Ulsterman.
I'm still off.
Had a great partnership, 10-15 with Charlie Titcombe last year.
Hartpury subs.
I had the pleasure of living with them both last year and the year before, so obviously Eat Sleep Rugby, all the talk about rugby. Didn't get much more out of them.
Is that all the subs, please?
Who was the best and worst housemate?
All the subs, yeah? Okay,
Charlie Titcombe was comfortably the messiest out of the lot of them.
Was he?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Speak to Ted, same down in Swansea at the minute as well. So yeah, he's lucky he can play rugby because he can't wash his pods.
He's just spent a lot of money on a car, actually.
He's legal and through the
ball. Obviously playing well.
Pink to floor.
Trying to turn that ball over. They got someone through, but Loughborough managing to free the hands.
I think that car's compromising for something else.
Well, what a clear up by Wilf McCarthy. And he's forced the knock on. Immense strength.
It just touched me. This sentence.
Well, Wilf McCarthy loves a collision.
Everyone on their feet when they won the ball.
Don't worry about time. Battered his way through there. Louis Peacock, you don't like it.
I'll tell you when.
I'm not too sure about that call there. He said Hartpury were going forward, but they didn't have the ball in their hands, so not sure.
So they're on their feet.
There. So yeah, well, he's the one that makes the decisions, and everyone has to stand by it. So.
Seconds, 8. Crouch.
Well, I've just had a message from EURFC player that says, make sure you tell everyone how great we are. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Well, you'll be seeing me in 2 weeks, but who else will you be seeing? Hartpury or Loughborough? If Hartpury gets something here, then it's a grandstand finish. And it's Wilf McCarthy, the man who earned the scrum, carrying that forward. Geraint Powell. This is so tense now. Keelan Cullen taken down well by Casey Williams. He drives the legs. Wasn't the pass he wanted. Hartpury stacked to the left. Cullen again, and now JJ Williams.
Always got released and got back up to his feet.
Two minutes to go. Mario Picciardi. And Tristan Smith, he's got like a Chuck Liddell haircut on the go, Tristan, isn't he?
You can see why he's asking for that scrum cap, can't you?
Yeah, he looks like an early noughties UFC fighter. Up to you whether that's a good thing or not. Oh, that is a big bump. And Ollie Holiday has to deal with Joe Plunkett in the end, but Hartpury going backwards. And it's intercepted! And the ball with Loughborough, a read by Mario Picciardi. He offloads to Tom Miles.
Wingers on.
And Reece Malone nurses that to the corner. Turns Cullen. Got so much to do. Kildare bundles him into touch. And surely that is the ball game.
Yeah, back to rule 1, don't let the ball bounce. He's let it bounce and then he's got bundled into touch.
You've just cost yourself a penalty, mate.
Was that spicy from
Oh.
Ben Simpson?
Great.
Ah, look. A little bit of overspill there from Hartpury, and I'm not surprised. This means a huge amount to these players.
22.
Everyone
22.
out there.
Which was all of this?
They've had an exceptional season. They've got themselves back into the top 4, back into the semi-finals, where this team belongs.
If this clock's right, you'll take your
No,
penalty.
because it's a
Take
penalty.
the shot at
Have to
sticks
tap
and
it.
then take your 3 points. Oh, he's kicked it out on the full.
No 3 points required because Loughborough have booked their place at the StoneX. And Mario Pichardi's expression says it all. The scoreboard might say 2 scores,
Let me just see
but
if
that
I
was a battle between 2 BUCS Super Rugby greats. Hartpury did so much right in the first half. They led by 11 points to 3. They had the opportunities in the 22, but they didn't take them. And if you don't take them, especially on the road, you can be sure that the home team will. Loughborough did. They turned it on. 34 points in the second half. And they're going to have the chance to avenge against Exeter in 2 weeks' time at the StoneX. The full-time score, Loughborough 37, Hartpury 26. Loughborough are going to the final.
Thank you.
Yeah, they are. It'll be a repeat from last year, Exeter Loughborough final.
Who's the player of the match?
Player of the match, here we go. Sam Cudden's been good. He's been really good. I think Elliot's been good ball in hand. Mario's made a few good meters, but Seb Smith for me. He's been all over, scored a good try on the inside, and I think he just worked his ass off there, so yeah, Seb Smith.
Well, Morgan Meredith kicked 14 points. There were tries for Taylor, tries for Kildare, but Seb Smith, for his graft, for his meat pie, he's going to be our player of the match. We're going to head down to try and catch a word with him, but in the meantime, we're going to leave you with the highlights from the second half.
Singleton sniping.
Tilly Smale is on the scoreboard, and Hartpury University surely at this stage now.
Hartpury University, the Women's National League champions.
Destiny Day ends with Exeter as BUCS Super Rugby national champions.
Loughborough 37, Hartpury 26. Hartpury's season is done and dusted. Loughborough's is just beginning. Exeter lie in wait. We've now got our two sets of finalists. In the Women's National League, it's Loughborough versus Hartpury. In BUCS Super Rugby, it's Exeter versus Loughborough. We've got some people to chat to, but everyone's kind of abandoned me at the moment. Hopefully, we're going to hear from Dan Murphy. He's going to sum up the season and the disappointment. Then we'll hear from Martin Webdale and the man of the match, Seb Smith. If I turn around now, I can see a Dan Murphy. Dan, it's a tough conversation this, because we have to try and sum up a match and the season in a few minutes. So where do you want to start?
No, I said it to the boys just then. Incredibly proud about the change, our season up to this point. We gave everything in that game, and we came up short. Can't fault the boys' effort, their endeavour, their physicality. Semi-final knockout is real tough, and it will hurt for a long time.
I think anybody who's been on this BUCS Super Rugby journey with us for nigh on a decade now has seen so much success for Hartpury in this season. Some of the wins you've had, getting back into the top 4, getting back into the semi-finals, giving yourself great opportunities. It feels like you're back where you belong. Is that fair?
Yeah, you could say that. If you'd have asked me at half-time, yes. But right now, we're going in the right direction.
And difficult to think about individual moments, but some of the tries you scored today, it's a team effort, and I thought you fronted up incredibly. But some of those game-changing moments of magic, you've got some real talent in red and black. Yeah,
Matty Ward, you get him the ball, that kid scores out of nothing. He's an unreal athlete. I thought Tommy Matthews, Keelan Cullen played amazing today. Matt Hillary, he's been out for a month, came back for the quarter-final last week. He was outstanding. The effort, and you can't fault the guys. Next year, it seems a long way away, and I'm sure it will hurt, but it's a good season to get excited about, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Have a good bus trip home. Cheers. Congratulations. Great season. They're tough ones. They're tough ones, and we have them every year with brilliant coaches and brilliant players. And I think we can all agree that Dan Murphy is doing a brilliant job. Let's talk to a man of the match. In you come, Seb. You were awarded the man of the match this evening. The good news is we get to have a chat. The bad news is there's no medal or bottle of champagne. But the reward is a game at the StoneX and a shot at the big time. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, no, it's job's not over really, but we've got to put one out onto Exeter compared to last year. But yeah, no, job's not over. Like semi-final, that's all well and good, like winning that, but it's really the final that counts. So we're out for that really.
In terms of halves of rugby, that second half must be among the best you and the team have played in the BUCS Super Rugby era.
Definitely second half. Like half time, we went in there and we had to like fucking pull something out of the bag to go turn around. But no, like yeah, like, fucking the mentality from the boys, like best we've seen really.
If you could stop saying that word so we can actually put this interview out, that'd be greatly appreciated. You know what word. In terms of you then, how's the body? You got the try there. Are you held together with sort of tape and deep heat, or are you good to go in a fortnight?
No, I don't really tape, but no, all the boys are good to go. I'm ready to go, like StoneX here we come really.
Yeah, good man. Congratulations. You're the man of the match, and I'm going to get rid of him before he gets us in even more trouble. And a big smile on the face, and no surprise, Martin Webdale, you must be in a fantastic mood. Congratulations, but before we talk about what you've achieved this evening, what you've achieved this season, just a word on Hartpury. We spoke to Dan Murphy, obviously he was absolutely devastated. They gave you a hell of a go tonight.
Yeah, absolutely outstanding. Brilliant team, really well coached by Dan and his group. Really tested us in ways they hadn't tested us so far this season. They were absolutely outstanding from 1 to 23 tonight. Fair play to them, absolutely hats off, and probably shows the quality of the league, the best league in the land, produces rugby like that week in, week out, and a great advert for the student game.
If you could give us slightly more of a radio edit than Seb did in his interview just then, can you give us a little bit of a peek behind the curtain as to what was said at half-time?
That we just made it difficult for ourselves in terms of we probably couldn't have played much worse in the first half. So we'd made it difficult for ourselves, but the opportunities were there. If we kept ball, if we played territory, and if we played like we played since Christmas, and second half we came out, we were brave, we were ambitious, and got the bounce of the ball and it fell for us.
Speaking of opportunities, I think one of the main differences was the fact that you took yours in the second half and Hartpury perhaps didn't take theirs in the first when they spent all that time in your 22. I mean, what was it? It was 4 shots fired, 4 tries and 4 brilliant tries.
Yeah, exactly that, and I think it's probably testament to our conditioning. Matt Cook, our head of S&C, the way he prepares the guys week in, week out. We're in week 36 of the season now, so that 10-week pre-season, the way he worked the guys there is absolutely huge, and then having those clear heads in that 22 to take those opportunities, testament to those guys.
And now, Exeter.
Yeah, rematch of last year. Can we make it another great occasion for student rugby? We look forward to it in 2 weeks' time. We'll have a little bit of a break. We'll enjoy tonight and prepare well.
See you there. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I did have a Louis Peacock, but he's abandoned me, so let's let you get on with the rest of your evening. What a semi-final. 2 brilliant semi-finals in BUCS Super Rugby, 2 brilliant semi-finals in the Women's National League, and all roads lead to the StoneX. It's 2 weeks' time. It's the 17th of April. Please join us. Please buy tickets. It's going to be an unbelievable celebration of the best leagues in the land. It's Loughborough versus Hartpury. It's Loughborough versus Exeter. I can't wait. You can't either. We'll see you there.
Seren Singleton sniping.
Oh, Tilly Smale is on the scoreboard, and Hartpury University surely at this stage now.
Hartpury University, the Women's National League champions.